Okay, it's 1:30, 1:31. I want to be respectful of everyone's time, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I would like to very warmly welcome everyone to the FastTrac information session. We're going to do an overview of what FastTrac is and how our course will logistically flow. You'll get some information on what you can expect out of the curriculum, what kind of value you can take from this course and what you'll get out of it, and how the online curriculum actually works in terms of the online software that we use. So first I want to start with our flyer details. We'll go over all the logistics. I'm going to be admitting some people as we go here.
Should we be able to see other people or just you?
I think that depends on your settings.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And actually, if everyone could stay on mute until I get through some of this content, then we can do a question and answer session at the end. Okay, so what is the Kauffman FastTrac? This is a flexible course with a proven framework to help support you as you start a business and begin your journey on the road to success. This course is designed to provide you with everything you're going to need from start to finish, from launching a business to an exit strategy for getting out of your business. These tools will help you organize your business idea, all of the operations that you will need to consider to start and or grow your existing business. And so we are going to process applications which are due at August 25th. And we will be notifying participants if they've been approved by September 8th. Our course schedule is going to be a combination of in-person and virtual online class sessions. So in person, we'll be meeting September 19th and 26th, October 10th and 24th, November 1st and 14th. And virtually, we will be meeting October 3rd and 4th, 17th and 19th, and November 7th and 9th. Following the conclusion of our coursework, we are going to have a FastTrac Connect event with local business and community leaders that will take place on December 5th. And that event is going to be a culmination of all the work that we've done. You'll have an opportunity to connect with different business leaders in the community. You'll be introduced to business leaders like bankers, other entrepreneurs, people who have connections that maybe would benefit you in your business. And we're also going to provide some opportunities for you to produce a video of your pitch for your business and video that you may be able to use in your marketing materials going forward. So this course is for early stage entrepreneurs, small business owners who want to grow ventures, self-motivated learners, individuals who are comfortable with technology and online learning. We want to make sure that all of the course participants have access to a stable internet connection and will be able to attend our online sessions. You also need to have a basic understanding of how web applications can be utilized, and I will demonstrate that. It's just the online Canvas platform that we use to deliver our curriculum. We're going to go through all of that. And by the end of the program, you should have a completely vetted business plan and a customized pitch. We're going to give you those community connections that you need and preferred consideration for the Connect Business magazine. You will have access to FastTrac curriculum and your coursework for a lifetime. You will always have access to everything that you do. You will get a certification through the Kauffman FastTrac program, which is a nationally recognized entrepreneurship program. So you will have two facilitators for this course. myself, Hannah Bretz, and our regional SBDC director, Mike Hahn, who is on this call. So between the two of us, we will guide you through the entire course, and let's take a review of what that's going to look like. So whenever you are getting ready to participate in a class or work on assignments or take quizzes, you're going to open up the web application for Canvas. Canvas, again, is the platform that we will use to deliver all of your training and education. Can everyone see the dashboard for my FastTrac program? Yep, okay, great. So I'm going to walk you through how Canvas works and some of the curriculum that you can look forward to as a participant in the FastTrac program. When you log in, you will have this dashboard, and all of your global navigation is going to be here on the left side of the menu. So you should be able to access everything you need on the left side. The dashboard will give you access to the FastTrac program. I have several different courses here because I'm a trainer, but you will have access to your course here. So this is our course view. This is where all of your content for your classes is going to live. Different types of content that you can look forward to are modules. So modules are used to organize course content by week and session. They're essentially creating a one direction linear flow of what assignments and coursework you're going to do. Each module might contain files, discussions, assignments, quizzes, and other learning materials. So for example, in our introduction, we'll have you complete a pre-course survey, which just gives you some background information. And everything that you need to interact with is done within Canvas. So anytime we have a situation where we need you to present feedback, you can do it within Canvas and then just submit the forms. So it makes it very easy to complete the coursework because you're not going to be downloading, filling out anything, scanning and re-uploading. It's all done within the Canvas framework. So within our different modules, you're going to have different pages that include information for each of our modules. And think of a page as like a one page to store content and all educational resources. Your pages can include text, video, and links to other files, as well as overall course or group content. So you will have some assignments as part of the FastTrac course. They can include quizzes, graded discussions, and online submissions. So as you work through the program, you'll be completing your assignments through the Canvas platform. Again, it's all self-contained, so any assignment that you receive, you'll be able to fill out and submit online. Discussions will also be part of the course. So you will be able to engage and interact with your classmates. Discussions might include thought prompts like videos.
Entrepreneurial communities aren't born, they're made.
Other kinds of information, and we hope that you will be encouraged to talk to your fellow classmates. The people resource is to see a list of all of the classmates that are in your class. Sorry, I'm having a hard time organizing the 16 windows that I have open right now. Each person will have their own online profile. And you can add things like your biography, links to your LinkedIn or websites. You can add a profile photo, just so that it's easy to get to know everyone that's going to be in the course. In your workspace, this is the accumulation of all the work that you do in FastTrac is going to be in your workspace. So every time we complete a module, you're going to have all of the information that you have created going towards your business plan, your financial forecasts, your business design, and your pitch. And at any time during this process, you can actually generate a PDF and download all of the work that you've completed. But this is meant to be a concise summary of all of the work that you're doing, so you're able to print it off and take it to do a pitch to a venture capitalist, or apply for a business loan, or just use as a resource to keep your organization on track and streamline your operations for success. So for example, the executive description of any business plan is always the first section. And so we will be working through all of the different sections of a business plan throughout our coursework to make sure that you have a completely vetted business plan that Mike and I will be assisting and evaluating for you. We're going to go into a lot of different types of business concepts, including ways to talk about your business, how to do market research, how to create financial projections, whether or not you need a board to manage your business, creating an elevator pitch, your management and organization plan for any kind of human resources needs you might have if you're planning on hiring employees. So all of this is going to live in your workspace. So going back to our global navigation on the left-hand side, the courses is where you're going to do the most of your work. Everything else is just kind of a organizational resource for you. The calendar shows all of our upcoming events. It will show assignment deadlines. It will show everything that you need to know date-wise that's relevant to the FastTrac course. Your inbox is kind of like your FastTrac email inbox. So you'll receive emails from me, notices about assignments that need to be completed, any information that needs to be shared between facilitators and students. It's also a place for you to receive emails from your classmates. So it's a self-contained email inbox that's specific to FastTrac. In case you feel a little overwhelmed by all the different lists in Canva, we have a history tab here that shows you every single action you've taken within Canvas. So you're able to easily go back to whatever pages or modules that you were working on at the time. The studio, I'm not sure how much we're going to use this, but it's a place for you to create and upload videos. So if you needed to submit a video for an assignment, you can actually record that here. Having tested it out myself, it's not my favorite way to record video. So you might feel more comfortable recording a video on your computer and then uploading it to complete an assignment. And Commons, this is not something that's applicable to our FastTrac program, so you don't really need to worry about that. There is help resources if you need something technical that goes beyond the FastTrac program itself. So let's go over some of the actual content we're going to be reviewing. Okay. Like I mentioned, this is going to help you guide you as you gain the entrepreneurial knowledge and skills that you need. It's going to be completed entirely online, and you will have the access that you need through that global navigation menu that we just talked about. Course content is going to be organized into 5 sections. So the first will be ideate, position, commit, refine, and then launch. Each section begins with an overview that includes a welcome video, has not modules and topics. So you can see the hierarchy here. A closer look at the ideate stage. This is an overview of the entrepreneurial lifestyle, all of the things that you need to consider before taking the leap to self business ownership, or ways to guide you to identify why you might be wanting to start a business, or why you want to grow your existing business. It helps take you from idea to a business concept. Position is where we'll really hone in on market research, business model design, pricing strategy, legal strategy, and your business exit strategy. The commit stage is where we'll discuss reaching your market, distribution and sales, financial management cycles, sales projections, cost projections, intellectual property, and compliance with laws, regulations, and contracts. The refine stage includes building your organization and your team, any cash needs you might have, and when you can expect to earn a profit, refining financial assumptions and seeking funding, and putting together a business plan. The launch phase includes everything you need to know about launching a business, how you can lead your organization, the culture of your business, measuring and analyzing your financial results, and process optimization. So again, another review over the workspace. This is all the tools that you'll need. It includes the 4 components: your business plan, business model canvas, pitch, and financial forecast. And all of the activities in each section of the coursework feed into that workspace. So that is the accumulation of all of your coursework throughout the program. Okay. So that is a brief informational session about what FastTrac is and how we're going to complete the course. Does anyone have any questions that I can answer at this time?
Hannah, if I could add a few things before we continue on. Sure.
Mhm.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Hahn. I'm the regional director for the SBDC. I've actually been doing FastTrac now for about 20 years. But unfortunately, I'm still in the analog mode. And what I mean by that, it used to be done with a 3-ring binder. And everything that Hannah showed you is brand new. The Kauffman Foundation has put this into the next generation. So all the videos, all the worksheets, all the information there is totally brand new as of this year. So you guys will have access to that to your business. My experience as far as working with FastTrac, it's great for existing businesses as well as brand new businesses. And Hannah and I are not instructors. We're actually called facilitators. And what we mean by that is that we're hoping that you guys will be able to learn and develop relationships as much as from each other as you do with us. The other thing that we are going to do as part of this session is introduce you to some of the entrepreneurial ecosystem of our region. So we'll have a business law attorney. We'll have somebody there involved in insurance and risk management. We'll have an accountant. We'll have a marketing person. We'll have people involved with the IT and cybersecurity as well. So it kind of gives you an overall viewpoint and the overall resources that we have available in the area. One thing that Hannah and our team here at the SBDC is working on is that we want Fast Track to kind of be a prerequisite. And what I mean by that is that we want you guys to be pitch and also plan ready. So what we're doing is we're going to develop not necessarily a Shark Tank. We're not talking about a Shark tank where you guys are actually going to do pitches, but an event at the end in which we would get you exposure to various commercial lenders, also gap financing agencies throughout our region, and potentially some angel investors from our region that and kind of have these things happen organically between you as a business person and also the potential investor or lender. So we're working on that. You guys will learn more about that as we continue with Fast Track, but I've done this before, as I stated in the old analog version. Hannah is definitely going to be I'm going to learn a lot from her as well, because it's been totally redone with the online version on the learning management system that they call Canvas. But looking forward to meeting you all in person. And then I think we are ready for questions.
You reminded me of some things. I do want to add that our in-person sessions are meant to be opportunities for guests to come in, like Mike had mentioned, guests who are specialists in certain areas of expertise. But they are going to be 2 hours long, which allows for an hour and a half of interaction, guest speakers, and then we'll leave 30 minutes after we complete all of that so that you can talk with Mike or I or the guest speaker that comes and kind of dig in a little bit more to your own personal situation. And then the online version of our courses is going to be a virtual session, and that will be from 6 to 7:30. So that's going to be an hour and a half. Any
This is Bree.
questions?
Yeah, can you elaborate on kind of the estimated time commitment for the work done outside of the sessions themselves?
I don't have an estimate of the time outside of the sessions. A lot of the coursework will be completed during our sessions. If you want to add additional detail or go a little bit more in depth to make sure that you have a robust business plan by the end, you can certainly do that. Assignments are not meant to be onerous or complicated. It's a matter of testing your knowledge of the content that we provide and making sure that you're completing all of those sections of the business plan so that you have a completely vetted plan by the end of the class.
And Bree, I'm gonna answer that as well, based on my experience in doing Fast Track. I've seen people get it done in the duration of the class. And one of the things that we're planning to add as part of this Fast Track is the opportunity for you to present a business plan and pitch to potential funders. So hopefully that will help you, encourage you to get a plan done or again be pitch ready by the end of the class. But in some cases, what I've seen done, you have access to the curriculum, and will always have access to that curriculum. And people have utilized that curriculum kind of as the Bible for their business. So it's good stuff. It's stuff that you can refer back to, as you develop your business. Let's say you run into a stumble pertaining to marketing, then you can go back and review the marketing components and maybe get some new information by then. And the nice thing about the fact that this is online, Kauffman will be updating this continuously. So it's not going to be like a textbook and be out of date. So it will be current. And I think this is just a great tool that we can offer to our entrepreneurs here regionally.
Hannah and Mike, this is Jeff. I had a question for you just about, I like the fact that you said that this is for new entrepreneurs as well as people who have some established business. The question is to do with scope. Would it be a course that's designed for people who aren't interested at this time in their work life, for it to be larger than smaller? You know, so in other words, and you probably would say, well, you know, maybe you'll grow your business, but does it make sense for someone who has an idea, who's been operating that idea, but it's not the center of their life, so to speak? Wow.
Knowing what I know about you and your business, yeah, so I think what might be the value that you could take out of it, Jeff, would be
Mhm.
a deeper understanding of the financials that go into your particular business,
Okay.
and maybe gaining some deeper meaning into the different processes that you might have. It'll put a structural framework around probably most of the things you're already doing and conceptualize them within a business structure. So I think for you, knowing that you're not necessarily interested in growing and expanding your business, the value that you might get out of it would just having a deeper understanding of the different ins and outs of your business, as well as opportunities for growth if you decide that you want to grow at any point.
Okay.
And
That's
Jeff,
fair.
I'm gonna kind of answer that too, because I've actually seen it happen where somebody comes in and they don't have a concept, and you know, we're gonna meet a few times, and usually after that first or second meeting, you will start seeing the entrepreneurs bond with each other, and they're actually being collaborators. In our session that we did a few years ago in Waseca, you know, we actually had somebody that was opening up a online auction that collaborated with a printing company, even came up with a really cute name for the business, Way Seekers, as far as kind of a play off of Law Seekers. But you know, you even had tattoo artists that have collaborated with printers and say, hey, let's open up a tattoo studio in a print shop. You know, some of those things are pretty cool from that aspect. But you know, the rise of what I call micropreneurs, and those are people who have a tendency to keep their day jobs and do gigs on the side. It's a real thing, and I feel like this will present people an opportunity to meet like-minded individuals, and also the different types of services and people who are available out there who can help you grow your business or grow your concept. So I think it's, like I said, I've seen people who have been in business for 20 years take this program. They walk away from it with a new brand or diversify their business. And I've seen those people work with startups and opening up opportunities for them to go talk to a banker or to get them see a local angel investor. So it's really kind of cool from that aspect. And I'm hoping that's what we could do here and as part of this in the Mankato region.
That's great. Thanks a lot. That was good.
Yep.
Anyone else have questions?
Mine might be getting way ahead of myself. But what you know about me and my business, Hannah, do you think, you know, the long-term goal is having inventory, and being able to ship out of my house, which would be great to someday have a storefront. Do you think that this would kind of maybe put me in that next step instead of my goal being years down the road? It could be a year or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Where I see this working for you is also into the numbers side. So when we do things like cash flow projections, you're going to be able to say, okay, this is how much inventory I need. This is what it's going to cost for me to produce that inventory. And this is what I need to sell it at in order to make a profit. So as someone who has done an online business and has managed inventory covering every wall of my house, I think that this program would have helped me a lot in terms of having an understanding of what I was getting into with inventory. Because if you can't manage the cash flow, if you don't have a grasp of what's coming in and what's going out. That's one of the sticking points for most entrepreneurs who are in retail, where they can get stuck without the cash that they need to produce the inventory that they need to sell, or having too much inventory and not selling it fast enough that they can get cash to do the other things in the business that they need to do. So that's something that I would have benefited from, that knowledge and that understanding. And I think that would be something that could really help you as you move into that stage of your business planning.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. And I should say too, you don't have to be a retail business to gain the benefits from this program. I know some of you are service providers, so we'll take a look at everything from a cash flow perspective for services as well as for retail types of businesses. So this curriculum can really become what you need it to be, as every single one of you is going to have your own business model, your own financial projections, and you can really make it be what you need it to be to manage your business growth and success. And I also want to go back to something Mike said about the business plan being the Bible of your business. I have a colleague who told me once that some people make New Year's resolutions. He likes to go back and rework his business plan. So every year he starts the new year fresh with a new look at his business plan, and he changes things based on what the last year has brought, what the market conditions have done, whether they've stayed the same or they've changed. So what you'll have by the completion of this course is that entire blueprint for your business that you can also go back and use the Canvas program to reinvent certain parts of your business plan depending on what the ecosystem currently looks like. And as you learn more, you can refine your strategy and just continually be able to improve upon your business model.
I'm kind of curious from my perspective, since we got some time left, if I called your name out, could you tell me a little bit about what your business is and also what's your biggest challenge in your business right now? So Jeff, since you have your mic open, I'll start with you,
There we
and
go.
Juanita, you're next.
Well, I've worked with Hannah on a variety of pieces of this, and she's been extremely helpful. But what I do is I'm retired from full-time work, and I have a small business that's primarily focused on making woodenware, bowls, turned bowls, scrapers, spoons, etc., with a focus on handmade objects. So, and yeah, so that's primarily what it is. Some things that have happened to me over the course of the last couple of years, I've gotten connected with Makerspace, and so I'm teaching classes there as well. So, a light bulb comes on, and two in terms of what does that add to what it is that my business is offering. How's that?
Got it. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Juanita, Maddie, you'll be next.
We are not in business. We have an idea of service business regarding golf, and we would like to learn how to start a business. I've been in the financial world for until I took an early retirement, and so we just need to learn, and then hopefully come up with a great business that will succeed in the future. But first, we would love to learn all these things from the Kauffman program and see what we can learn, see what we can do, see where we can go. We need to learn.
Okay, great. Maddie and Heidi, I see your hands up. So we'll let you go after Maddie.
So as of right now, my business has become more of a business than an idea. I am going to be doing e-commerce print on demand with the hopes of moving towards having inventory in-house so I can cut out the middleman, and using a local screen printer because I want to support a local business and don't want to pay somebody that, could do a really crappy job somewhere else. But yeah, so I started getting in touch with a local screen printer. The thing that's holding me back right now is time and funding. And then I also have hopes. I mean, I've thought about it, like opening up a shop, but I don't know about that yet. So,
Okay. Heidi and Bray, you will be next.
All right. I am a speech therapist. So I work with kids doing speech therapy. I started seeing kids with my own practice almost 2 years ago now. And I mean, it's gone great. I am super busy, probably busier than I should be sometimes. And so I guess for me, it's more just a matter of, would something like this be helpful for me, knowing that I mean, the business has really turned out and ended up to be as successful as they really need it to be. I mean, there's a piece of me that considers, maybe do I hire someday, but then I'm going down that whole rabbit hole of having to have staff, and I don't know if I want to do that or not. And so that's where I'm not quite sure, like, does doing something like this help in terms of kind of helping to make a better plan for going forward, and if I want to expand, or do I just kind of keep on keeping on where I'm at because it's going really well where I am?
That's I had a colleague who took this class 10 years ago. This is when I was working for the University of Northern Iowa, and he was going out on his own on IT. And he pretty much got it to a point where he had so much going on that he used FastTrac as a way to help sell his business. So, and he made a pretty good profit out of it. So it actually got everything in place for him, in a way that it was help facilitate and accelerate it a little bit of the succession from the business perspective. So, Bree, and with Tracy next.
Hi. So my business, I am focusing on creating a community hub, and with a retail business, which is the piece that so I have both a for-profit piece going on and also a nonprofit that I'm forming and trying to get going, that kind of all together makes up this concept. I think the pieces that I am most excited about with this program is, I have a lot of the components together in terms of a business plan and, working with SBDC folks and things like that. That's been really helpful, but I think taking it to the next step and thinking further out than just getting to a storefront opening, thinking beyond that, and trying to think well and connect more broadly than just the community that I live in. Those are things that I'm looking forward to, and I'm excited about with the program. Did I answer both of your questions? It's been a little bit since you said them, so I wanted to just cross-check there.
Nope, you answered them. So Tracy, if you could tell us a little bit about your concept or idea, and also maybe share with us some of the challenges that you hope to accomplish in considering a class like this.
Yeah, so I actually have kind of two ideas forming. One has been in development. I left education the end of January, and so for the last 6 months, it has been really building out an educational consulting company. So that has been developing well. But the other idea that would really be kind of the focus area for this class is around transformational coaching for individuals, teams, and organizations. So working in a lot of different school districts, I have identified kind of that need post-pandemic of how we need to kind of rethink education, and we have to start with the people within education. So that's really where the coaching comes into play, and I have my Gallup Strengths certification, and so just really working towards helping organizations get the most out of the people that they have working for them. So really about developing potential through strengths. And then I think the biggest pieces for me that have kind of, I guess, been the struggles for me is just really marketing and understanding how to get that reach and get people to understand what is it that we do and how would that help your situation. And then along with the marketing side, just the sheer financial reality of how do you make that sustainable over time.
Okay, thanks everybody for sharing, and I'll turn it back over to Hannah.
I don't have anything else to share. If there's any other questions that Mike or I can answer, I'm happy to do that right now. Yes, Juanita, did you have something you wanted to say?
Do you see another fast track program being offered in the future, later in the future?
Mike, do you want to answer that one?
I would say yes, but will it be in Mankato? No. Our region is relatively large. We serve what's typically called Region 9 of Southern Minnesota. We do have someone that is a certified facilitator from our region that can facilitate this session in Spanish. So if we are going to repeat it, it will be done in Española and probably be done in Namadelia or St. James area. So that's how I would answer that question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Does that help? You bet.
Very much.
How many people do you anticipate being in a class cohort?
We can accept up to, I think, 20, but at this point, we're anticipating we're going to have 10 approved applicants. That may change based on how many more we get between now and the application deadline, but currently that's what we're looking at.
And just so I kind of just to emphasize there, that's 10 business or concepts.
Right.
So some of those people might bring in husband or a wife or a significant other or a key employee that might be taking over the business. So I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of that.
I actually have a question regarding like bringing someone in. So my husband and I own this business together. We would sign up as a business, but does he need like a separate account or anything, or do separate assignments, or we would just work together?
Yeah, you would work together.
Okay.
And I've also been in situations where Fast Track, I served as a marriage counselor on a few occasions. So don't put me in that position, okay, Maddie?
I am the brains and the doer, and he is the funds. So I could just probably do it by myself.
Well, if that's all of everyone's questions, then I think we can adjourn our session.
Jeff, did you have something?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So if you haven't filled out the application yet, I encourage you to do so. Like I said, applications are due on August 25th, and we will be letting everyone know if they're going to be in the class by September 9th to give you a couple weeks to plan ahead. But make sure you check your calendar. We would like to ask at least 75% attendance of all the classes. And if for some reason you're not able to make a class, that you complete the course information and any assignments that are tied to that. So making sure that you don't miss out on any important information, that you complete the entire course. we understand that people may have conflicts, illness happens, but we would like to encourage you to make it to as many classes as possible, because that's really going to give you the best result. And we want to make sure that the graduates of this program are successful. Thanks, Juanita.
You've been very helpful. Thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks.
I'm gonna take off. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you. Have a great weekend.
You too all.